Welcome to today's broadcast. Wow, election. Hmm. Guys, as you are joining, please like, share, and subscribe. Very important. So, now it's all about election. Though the election has not yet come, but they're already fighting among themselves. People jumping from one party or the other. The question is this: is it all about our interest or their own interest? Because in most cases, since that country became a country, is it yet a country, but whichever one, since it became a country, it has always been their own interest. And it looks like it's the same faces, the same old politicians you used to know since in the 80s, the same name you keep hearing. Sometimes they shift to another party, it's still the same people, recycling, but no change. Recycling, but there is no change among all of them, almost all of them. You would think that, the way this one is talking, the moment this one gets into power, almost everywhere will be all right. But my dear, at the end of the day, you'll get disappointed. The same results, no change. There is no difference between the PDP and the APC. It has always been hardship. For each time the new person comes, the old person gets become more better than the new person. That's all we have been seeing. The same people they keep giving them appointments. The same people will come every 4 years to lie to us again, to give us their fake manifesto, which they will never follow. They will tell you this is our agenda, this is our manifesto, but lie. They will never follow it up. If all of them follows their manifesto accordingly to say this is our program, 7 point agenda, 10 points agenda, imagine they even realize even 8 points or even 5 points. They fulfill it. Imagine each of the president fulfilling all their agendas, all their plans. The country would have been great. So now, 2007 election will be coming up, and they have already started fighting each other, shaming each other, you know, parties clashing, while the election is still far. Now, how many of them will even live up to that time? Shey Buhari, the late president now, the former one, the one that took Nigeria backward for 8 years from Katsina. Shey Buhari now is gone. But many of them thought that Buhari will remain till the next election so that they will use him and do their usual campaign to light for the people, because they usually say Buhari have, is it 14 or how many million votes. That's the lie they have always lied. Meanwhile, you and I know that they normally rig the election. For each election cycle, it's been rigged. Sometimes they go to Niger, Somali, Cameroon, import people, give them the, what they call it, INEC card, voters card, to come and, vote. Even some people thumbprint with their toes, not just finger. They thumbprint with their 10 fingers, 10 toes. You see them before the election, they're already thumbprinting the ballot papers. Even children, most of you have seen the video sometimes ago. Even children thumbprint. So overnight in the north, everywhere in Nigeria, they have already thumbprinted over millions of these ballot papers, even before the election. They have already given themselves like 3 million ahead of time, or 4 million ahead of time. So how many of them that are now talking, next election, it must be us, how are they sure they will even see 2027? Most of them are already dying. Is it that they are not understanding it? It's not guaranteed for them. Most of them may fall ill, terrible illness could catch them before that time. They don't know what could befall them. Evil politicians everywhere. Now they said Peter Obi is just he couldn't even fix a dot in the cycle, which is Anambra State. Talk more of the entire cycle, which is Nigeria. Nigeria is not a cow business. They should understand it. So don't use the mentality of rearing cows or farmer mentality to come and rule the country. It's different thing entirely. The North keep wanting to be president forever. But the question is this: ever since the Northerners have been ruling the country, in fact, they have produced the most number of presidents in Nigeria, but yet look at how the country is. Even look at how the North is. Forget about the southern part. Let's look at the North. The North is still underdeveloped. Beggars everywhere. You see small children, little children, 5 years old, 3 years old, 7 years, 10 years, with plates, with torn clothes, looking dirty and haggard. Scary. When you see them at night in their bunch numbers walking at night, you'll be so scared of your life. Children, beggars everywhere. Tell me why Boko Haram, Fulani killer herdsmen will not rise in their numbers. These are children who were neglected many years ago. They have all grown, and now to them, they can't just die poor. This is the only thing they can now do to make themselves rich. That's why they go into kidnapping, carrying guns, terrorizing people, stealing, all kinds of evil now happening in the North. Because of what? Their people failed to elevate them, to bring them out of poverty, despite the fact they had the most presidents. They brought the most presidents that ruled that country. Yet, you say a man from Anambra, which is Peter Obi, couldn't fix a dot in the cycle. But he gave him the chance first, because we are tired of the northern people coming to become president. We are tired of them. We now want to try other people, other tribes, even if it's from the south, from the middle belt, from the east. Let us try other people. At least we have seen what the Yorubas can do. Obasanjo has done his own. He even tried more than the Buhari and Tinubu combined. Obasanjo have tried. We even said Tinubu is trying somehow. He's trying more than all the northern presidents. Obasanjo have tried more than them. Tinubu is still trying more than them, though he has not done his 8 years, and they are trying to unseat the man. Let him do 8 years, then we can tell whether he failed. After when you go to school, right? You get lectures, you receive lectures from lecturers. After getting lectures, then there's a test time, and there's a time you get the write exam, and then who fail will fail and repeat the class or get promoted to the next level. So Tinubu have not even done the first term for us to know whether he tried. Talk more of the complete 8th term. Let him do the 8th. Then we can now look back and say, did he pass or did he fail? Does he need to repeat? So which of the mark are we going to give to him? So the Northerners, with any time anybody from the South becomes president, that's when you start seeing them saying, there's poverty everywhere, there's crime everywhere. All these things they are complaining, it was there even when Buhari was president. Buhari from the North, who is from Katsina, a Northerner like them, a Muslim. All this evil happening now were happening then. Very worse than that. In fact, it was pro-max. The kidnapping by the terrorists, Fulani herdsmen, was everywhere. The news was everywhere. Kidnapping, people traveling, highway robbers. Crime was just at the peak when their own person was in power. Poverty started. In fact, that time, if you remember, people were buying the currency. In fact, you have money in the bank. For you to go and withdraw your own money, you have to pay money to withdraw money. Where have you ever seen that happen in this world? You have money in the bank. For you to go and withdraw money, you need money to pay them to withdraw your money. You pay a certain percentage to withdraw whatever amount you want to withdraw. They will calculate it. Okay, you want 100,000. You have to pay 10,000 or 20. Yes, most of the time they tell you, some banks will say pay 20,000 to get 100,000. Pay 30,000 to get 100,000. People lost money. A lot of people lost money. Now, it was during their time, they have two currency. 1,000 naira notes have two types. 500 naira have two. All currency were of two types. Where in the world have you seen that happen? Corruption was at its peak. The rate of killing was too much, and their own person who was in power couldn't do anything. Life now became harder. So it's not as if this present president, Tinubu, was the cause of everything. Though Tinubu was in that party, the present president was in that party, only that he kept quiet. That's why people are quite blaming him, saying, Oga, it's your party. Since you are in that party, we assume that it is you people that have rendered the country useless. Because he did not talk anything. He did not tell Buhari, what you are doing is not good, or fix the country. People are, maybe he told him, but that one, Baba, don't tell me. It's like, it's my government. don't tell me what to do. Maybe something like that happened. So Bashir Ahmed, the former Buhari aide, people said somehow he was a Richard Kansela. Who was he before then? He was appointed to be aide to Buhari. Now look at him talking as if he's Oga as a then, the president, the late one now, Buhari, as if he did better. As if he did better. So tell me, what have they not contributed to that country? What have they contributed? But they will never want other tribes to enjoy their government. Like Buhari now, Tinubu is in power. They don't want him to enjoy it. They are now shouting, hey, this one, that one, he's not ruling well. Is it just now they realize that there's poverty in the country? Many presidents have come from the north. Where was there was still poverty. But so long as it's not their people in power, they must complain. As if the presidency is only meant for them to be, to rule. They are just meant to rule. They have governors, yet poverty is ravaging them over there. Poverty of the highest level. When you go to the north, you'll be wondering, are these human beings? Poverty, illiteracy in the increase. Percentage of people that are out of school, oh boy, is alarming over there. Tell me why the crime rate will not be high. The crime rate is too much in the north as well. Very, very high because of, neglected people. The government have abandoned them. So even in the northern states, you will see it's just like a desert. You'll be wondering, is this a state? So you cannot say Peter Obi did not try during his time. Go to Anambra and see. Things are happening. Things are working. People are busy. Boys are learning trade, not like begging. You hardly see people there with plates begging in Anambra State or in the east. You hardly see people, small children begging with plates every day, morning, afternoon, night. You hardly see those things in the east. Even in the west, even in the south. You hardly see beggars everywhere, begging with plates. Boys are begging, girls are begging. So, but you go to the north, those things are common. So what I'm saying is this. It's not high time we try other tribes. Let other tribes be there. Let us see what can even happen. Let us see. Why are they so scared of Peter Obi? If the man is nothing, before they said it's just 3 people in the room tweeting. When he was as of then, Labour Party, before that election, 2023. They said just 3 people. But the 3 people tweeting gave Peter Obi about 4-point-something million votes. That's massive. They say it's a party without structure. But they now discover that the structure is the people. If you say structure, you're talking about building. But the building is nothing without the people. The people makes the building make sense. So the structure is the people. People are tired of bad governance. APC, when they came into power, people believed in them because of the, they gave us promises. They will stop corruption. They will do a lot of wonders. They will stop terrorism. A lot they promised. But my dear, it was just like a dream. They say it's a change. They are coming to change. Change Nigeria. Be careful. That change was a dirty change. When you buy something with your naira, with your money, physical cash, they give you change. So the change they were promising was a very dirty one. You buy something, they give you change. Be careful. The change could be a very dirty currency, torn currency. So we did not even ask, what kind of change are you bringing? Clean change or dirty change? So they brought dirty change. They will say, go and change your clothes. You can change into a new one or into a dirty one. So the APC brought dirty change to Nigeria. Not any new change. Dirty. Let me tell you, even people in their party knows it. But because they are party men, they will not speak. They're equally in that same poverty, suffering. Why can't they tell themselves the truth? So we don't know what will happen come this next election. But we hope that Nigerians will do the needful and stop. Hello, guys. Guys, I greet you all in the comment section. All right. So the thing is this: election is coming, and we hope that the people will vote wisely. We hope the people will vote wisely and stop taking bribe. Yes, if they stop taking bribe, selling their vote, it will be very nice. Unless they are not tired, unless the people in that country called Nigeria, unless they are not tired of their suffering, unless the suffering have not entered their bone marrow. Because if they are truly in that country, they should know that it's time for them to do the needful. You know, you can take the money when they come to buy your vote, take the money, but still vote with your conscience intact. You know, all of them fighting one man, Peter Obi. They hardly fight Atiku or Kwankwaso or which other one? These are the common ones, you know. El Rufai. They hardly talk about those ones, but they talk more of Peter Obi all the time. They call the Igbos dot in the cycle. But why are you so scared of that same dot in the cycle? The dot in the cycle looks very small, but they are scared of that same dot in the cycle. They talk about it. A dot in the cycle, you can really easily ignore it. So why can't you ignore common dots since you have the larger space? The Igbos are just like a dot in the cycle, according to Bashir Ahmad, which he learned from his master, Buhari, Muhammadu Buhari, the late president of Nigeria, because he's the one that started this. Igbos are just a dot in the cycle. So Bashir Ahmed continued with that, saying from his master, Peter Obi, coming from a dot in the cycle. He couldn't change the place, the face of that place. And now he wants to come and change the entire country, Nigeria. Then what about you guys that have the larger space? Since the Peter Obi is from a dot in the cycle, a very tiny place in a large space. You guys that have occupied the larger space and have ruled the country for many years, most presidents came from there. How were you able to change the entire space since the Igbos are just a dot in the cycle? Very tiny, very, very tiny. Yes, that tiny space is a headache for you people. You are scared. Every tweet, Peter Obi, all of them, Peter Obi is in their mouth. It's like they have sleepless nights. It's like they see this man in their dream all the time. If the man is not a threat, it's not somebody you should even give attention to, you know, then why are you bothered about him? That means for you guys to always talk about Peter Obi this, Peter Obi that, Peter Obi this, Peter Obi that. He said he's going to do one term. Don't believe him, blah, blah, blah. Did Buhari not tell us he will do one term? Buhari told us, I will do only one term. But last, he did 8 years. Was he not deceived? He deceived us. Buhari deceived the entire Nigeria. We all thought he would truly keep to his word. As he says, Mr. Integrity. Mr. Integrity did not keep to the integrity. He said one term, but he did 8 years. So Peter Obi is saying, give me one term too. So because they know the tricks, the wayo they have played, Ojoro, because they know the tricks they apply to fool many Nigeria during the time of Buhari, that he will do only 4 years and go away, like Mandela. But at the end of the day, he did 8 years. So they now feel that Peter Obi is lying. Don't believe him. Because they know the tricks they played. Don't believe him. He's telling you guys 4 years. You end up doing 8 years. Because to them, they want somebody from the south that will defeat the current president that will only do 4 years. Then after 4 years, they will take power. That has always been their formula. So they don't believe Peter Obi because he's an Igbo man. They feel that he will not do any 4 years. Don't believe him. We want somebody that will surely do 4 years. That's why Anambra Governor Soludo and what's the other man? Rotimi Amechi, Chibika Amechi from Port Harcourt. Those ones are promising for 4 years. But those ones, they don't even put their mind on those ones because they know those ones are nothing. They know that Peter Obi is the force. Rotimi Amechi, the former governor of Port Harcourt, is not a force. Soludo is not a force. The one they fear most is Peter Obi. They fear that man. And they don't trust his 4 years agenda. They say, what can you change in 4 years? Let me tell you. If you put a man who loves his country and loves his people, within 4 years, he will change things. He will make sure that there's no corruption. Since you just notice change. security everywhere, good road, healthcare system will work, educational system will work, everything will work. 4 years if you put the right person in there. Not people that are just after filling their pockets and the pockets of their friends and family, and pockets of anyone that sing their praise. The truth is that all these people don't fear God. Because if they fear God, they will do the right thing. Because they should know that at the end of the day, they will stand for judgment in the presence of the Almighty, where they cannot bribe their way out. They will give account. Because let me tell you, for all their evil actions, looting money meant to better the lives of the people, to fix the healthcare system, give free healthcare to people that cannot afford it, good roads, two things. So because they fail to do the right things, people are dying in bad roads, car accidents all the time. Because they fail to give free education, boys are going into robbery, selling of human parts, selling of organs. Girls are going into prostitution. These are people that have been abandoned and neglected. They took to crime just to survive. These are caused by people who lead us without feelings. So they feel that they are doing the right thing, but they will stand for judgment because the money they are making, you now wonder how much do these people, how much do they even want to pack? How much do they want to steal? Endless money. The country is very wealthy, a lot of resources, but few people are just enjoying it. Even if you take 500 billion or you worth 5 trillion, you cannot still spend everything. You cannot. You will still leave this world empty. Maybe the family can just buy a golden casket, golden shoe, golden wristwatch, whatever, expensive things and bury it. But the person who is dead is dead. Who is dead is dead. Can never feel even the golden coffin or those things they put there in the grave with him or her. So why stealing money? Even money cannot even save their life because at a point the doctor will tell them there's no solution. All the doctors in the world they will go to will tell them there's no solution. There's nothing we can do. Just prepare for the worst. We are sorry. Their money now become useless to them. Because they will tell the doctors, please, I'll give you $1 billion, I'll give you $10 billion, save my life. They will not realize that their money cannot save their life. They are not scared. Fear of the unknown. Where would they go? Would they make heaven or would they be in hell? So they should always know that there's a judgment day waiting for them. Evil politicians. So guys, uh, okay, Gabriele. Okay. All right, guys. So that is it. In summary, Bashir Ahmed said, Peter Obi, from adopting the cycle, he couldn't change Anambra State. Now he's coming to change the bigger cycle, which is Nigeria. That he's not talking about. He's not trying to show that he hates the tribe Igbo or the individual. It's just political view. He doesn't believe in him. He doesn't believe he can change Nigeria. But he said they are friends, but it's a lie. You hate him. That's why you're talking this thing, and you hate the tribe Igbos. Why will you talk about the dot in the cycle? The dot in the cycle, you're just trying to tell them you guys are defeated people. During the Biafran war, you guys were defeated and you can never be trusted. And you guys must pay for your sins for what you did to us. As if the Igbo soldiers were, they acted on their own. What they did then, they did it on their own. It's not like the whole Igbos told them to go and do it. It's the military you should be fighting. The military did it to you guys, not the Igbos. Even in that coup, it was not only the Igbos that were there. Yorubas were there. Northerners were there. South, Middle Belt were there. So I don't know why they single out one tribe and say it's Igbo coup. So since then, they hate the Igbos. They have been killing them in the north, slaughtering them, destroying their businesses. They say they can never forgive. They have to kill them and make sure they never test power anymore. Because they feel when the Igbo man becomes the president, he's going to divide the country. He's going to divide the country. But they know it's not possible. He cannot just become president and divide the country. It doesn't work that way. There must be a process. It must pass through before it happens. But This is their preaching to their people. They always preach it to their fellow Northerners. Don't trust Igbo people. When they become president, they will divide the country. Don't vote for them. Don't vote for them. But they know it's a lie. They just want their own person to be there, or the person that will work for them to be there. They fear the people that they cannot control. Yes, when they see they cannot control you, you're a powerful person. They will never want you to become president. They always want weak people to be president, people they can control, deceive, fool them, people they can manipulate the way they want. So Peter Obi is not one of those people. So they fear him. So check it. Uh, Many African countries too are like that. You see weak presidents, weak presidents that can be manipulated by the Westerners, the Western world, the whites. They keep turning them, bending them. Any direction they bend them, they move there. Anything they tell them to do, they do, because they never have any clear vision. They never had any clear vision before even becoming president. They just want to become president just to loot money. That's all. They don't care about the people. Africa is a very great place, a very sweet place to be. But bad leaders have spoiled everything. That's why you see the rate of poverty there is alarming. The rate of crime is alarming. If Africa was good, I tell you the truth, many people you find abroad, many Africans you see abroad doing slave work. Yes, because many Africans you see abroad, all of them are doing slave jobs, dirty jobs, being paid peanuts. If Africa was good and working, I tell you the truth, many of them would not be abroad suffering. Because I tell you, they are all suffering abroad. No African you see abroad will tell you that they are enjoying their life. Maybe those that are into crime, maybe getting some illegal money by selling some illegal stuffs, internet fraud. And maybe those ones are living their life large, but still they'll end up in prison because the law will still catch up with them. But you see those that are doing genuine work, they are really suffering. Many of them are depressed, stressed. Many are not happy. They just want to make money. But if the country was working, if countries in Africa, they are working, the presidents, the leaders, they are doing the right thing, and believe me, all these people will be back home enjoying their country. Enjoying their country. But you see, man must survive. People are now finding their way. Any way you can survive, survive. If you can find your way abroad where you can see better life, good road, good healthcare, good school, everything good, go there. If you survive, fine. If you cannot survive, find your way back home and start up something. Keep trying, So Africa is sweet. I tell you the truth. Africa is sweet. It's very, very sweet. All right. All right. I'm about to check out. See you guys later. So, guys, please like, share, subscribe. I am Chi. About signing out. Show me love. Like. Put like for me, man. Hmm? So, in all Africa needs is love. Love. Hmm? Vote for those that have love for the nation and for the people. Vote for them. There could be a dictator, but imagine a dictator that loves his people and loves his country, but a dictator. So even if you have those type, it's good. Those are the people that can change the country, rewrite the story of Africa, so that Africa and Africans will be respected once again. But if we keep results, in fact, more worse results, more backwardness, more poverty, more hunger, more death, more pain. Even the Bible said it. When an evil man is in power, the people no. When an evil man is in power, the people suffer. Pains, killing, death will be in the increase. Crying. But when a righteous man is in power, wow, celebration everywhere. People will be happy. People will be enjoying life. Things will be working for everybody. Nobody will have time for stealing. Prostitution will be lesser. Everything will just almost be very little. No, anything crime will be very, very little. It may be there, but not too much as it is now because everybody is busy. Everybody can afford 3 square meal, shelter, food, clothing, healthcare, and even the government is equally providing a lot of things free for the people. Everybody will be happy. What is there for these people to make their people happy? Are they not your people again? I don't know why when they go into power, they just see the people like slaves. But they were once like the people. But the moment they go into power, they have that power. They become governors, senators, ministers, president, name it all. The moment they go into that power, they change. They start seeing people like slaves, treating people like trash. The same people where they came from. They start insulting the same people. If the people talk, they arrest them, put them in prison, or even kill them. So you see Saudi Arabia, Qatar, name it, all those countries, Kuwait, all those Arab countries, you see, they are really enjoying life. Eh? Those rich Arab countries, can't you see the way all of them are enjoying lives? That's how it's supposed to be all over the world. Everybody's supposed to be happy, enjoying life. Nobody have time to kill or rob his neighbor because what your neighbor have, you have. So God has already given every country what they need to survive with. Every country have something God has given them to survive with. So that's why your country have some things, and this other country have some things that you too you will need, and that country have something too that have something they will buy from you. God has made it that way so that everybody will be all right and okay. But still, greed, greed, greed everywhere in the minds of these politicians. Greed. Man, Africa, I don't know whether Africa was cursed or something. I don't know if Africa was cursed. Maybe. I don't know. But usually you keep hoping Africa will change in the next 5 years or 10 years. Even come the next 5 years, 10 years, you'll be disappointed. If you put your hope in Africa, you'll be disappointed. Our fathers, when they were small children, they thought before they get to 20 years, Africa will be like, you know, developed. Everything will be working for everyone. But look at them, they are old, nothing is working. So it's a pity. I'm out of here. Bye. Ciao.